Welcome to Spring Break in a Box, Tweety Bird, and Slimy the Worm. As we open our boxes, we'll find a wide variety of exciting opportunities awaiting us. Oh, look here! A birdhouse. We can actually make 4 of them and paint them up. Here's an example of what they look like when they're assembled. Wonder what this is for. Oh, that's right. We can make our own slime, just like our worms make in the world today. So while you're bored and sitting around with that computer in front of you, check out our exciting videos on how to prepare our birdhouses and make our slime. All right, your hosts for today's fun and exciting activities are
Mrs. Daniel,
Mr. Zender.
and Mrs. Horner.
And this year we merged together from Vanguard and Sentinel to bring you our camp in a box. On a typical year at Sentinel Career Center and Vanguard Career Center, we would do winter camp, but this year is a little bit different. This year we are going to be spring break in a box. So you'll be picking up, either at Sentinel or Vanguard, you'll be picking up a box that looks like this, that pertains to whatever session that you signed up for. If you chose the one that you can probably see in front of you, you will not be making these birdhouses, but you'll be making something a little bit similar, a little bit smaller to scale. But once you complete that project in the box, there's a couple different projects in the box, you'll have the opportunity to maybe choose something at a larger scale that you might do with a parent or guardian. Inside the box, you will find this particular drawing here that talks a little bit about bluebirds. Bluebirds like a habitat that's out by a wetland area or grassy area. If you were to place birdhouses such as these in those locations, you would want to space them out probably about 100 feet or 100 yards apart. You don't want them too close. And habitat for a bluebird, they like to have an open area. They don't like to be real crowded in, so they can fly around, fly about. Other birds that you might see if you went into the woods could be the woodpecker that was also listed on your camp session. If you set a spell in the woods for anyone that likes to do any hunting or just nature, walking through trails in the woods, you might hear a lot of woodpeckers. There's a large variety of woodpeckers that you might find in the woods. If you were to walk through the woods, some of the indications that woodpeckers have been in the area, if you looked around at some of the dead trees or bark that is peeling off the trees, you'll see holes in the trees, and that's a good indication that there's quite a few woodpeckers that are in the area eating bugs. So this year with our camp in a box, we're going to start off with some of the projects and pull some of the projects out of the box and show you how to assemble a few of the items to give you a little bit of a guidance on putting some of this stuff together. For some of the projects that are inside the box, once you open up your box and pull out some of the contents, you might find a bag like this in your box, or you might find a box like this. It'll have one or the other. So it will not have both, but it will have one or the other. The contents are basically the same. One's in a bag, one's in a box. But inside that box or that bag in your camp box, what you will find is several pieces like this. So you need to lay it out and locate which piece goes to where. So I would take one birdhouse out of the box at a time, and some things you might want to consider while you are doing that. If you choose to paint your birdhouse while it's still flat and not together, you can do that. It might be easier for you to do that. Or if you'd rather put your birdhouse together like this and paint it while it's together, you could do that too and lay it flat or turn it however you want. But if you're a little bit more particular on your painting, you might choose to lay it flat. So there's less chance of it to run, and you might be a little more particular on whatever you're painting on your particular birdhouse. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is lay all the pieces out and figure out what is the top, what's the sides, what's the bottom, and how you're going to assemble it. So if you find two pieces like this that are very similar, whether it's this style of birdhouse more of a round style, or you have a more of a boxy type birdhouse like this. Either one is going to have your top 2 pieces which have a hole in it like that. And then your front and the back. Find those 2 pieces. Lay them down, lay them to the side. Probably the most difficult is to figure out that this is the bottom. The bottom has 4 holes in it. Whether it's this style birdhouse or this style birdhouse. So the first thing to do, what you're going to probably do, is take the front and the back and clip in the sides. So that's the back, does not have a hole in it. This is the front that has the hole in it. And don't be extremely rough with it, because if you're rough with it, what's going to happen is you're probably going to snap one of the tabs off. Some people, if you happen to have a hot glue gun by, if you wanted to tack it to make sure it stayed together a little bit more permanent, some people may choose to not glue it together so it can come apart. It's up to you, it's your preference. So if you wanted to tack it and you had a hot glue gun, you could tack it on the inside so it makes sure it stays together better. Now when you assemble the top, you want to make sure you have the holes together so you can put your string in it when you're all done. And sometimes you'll have to wiggle the pieces around a little bit because it does move quite a bit, especially when you're getting onto the roof, because it has to shift a little bit so the top comes together. And then you have a string inside there, and there should be, I believe, 4 birdhouses, so you get a lot of practice on putting these together. And sometimes you might have 3 or 4 birdhouses. You might have to lick the end of the string, twist it to get it to fish through there. And sometimes you might need to grab a paper clip or something like that. Fish it all the way through, and then once you get it all the way through, you're going to tie it together, and once you get it tied together, you will have it on the top. But sometimes you can see I'm gonna have to work at this a little bit while. So don't get frustrated, because this can be sometimes the hardest part on fishing the string through.
All right, now that we have our birdhouse, we're going to paint our birdhouse. Like Mr. Zender stated, there are 2 options for painting the birdhouse. I think that the easiest option is going to be to paint it before you assemble it, but it is entirely up to you what you would like to do. If you do it on the flat like this, you don't have to worry about your colors bleeding from one to the other if you want to make your roof black and the sides red or whatever. First, before you start painting, I would suggest that you put something down on your table. I have a piece of cardboard here. It would be fine to put a piece of newspaper or just some old paper, so that way if you make any mess, and it's not ruining your table that you have. I also have some paper towel in case we have an accident or if we need to wipe our paintbrush off. And I have a little cup with some water so that we can change the color of paint that we have. You have your birdhouse like this. If you want to put a design on it, which I probably will not do because we don't have a whole lot of time today, I would have a piece of paper and a pencil and maybe draw what you would like to put on your birdhouse. I wouldn't make anything too complicated. We don't have a whole lot of room, and I would just kind of go by what my painting ability is. If you're a pretty good painter, you can do something kind of fancy. If you're not such a neat painter, then I would kind of simplify and just paint it just a solid color. So in your pack, you will have a pack of paints like this, and it comes with some brushes. You have 2 brushes. You have a flat brush and you have a pointed brush, and you have a pretty good variety of paint colors here, so you kind of have to decide what color you want your house to be. And these little paints just open up like this, and then you can dip your brush right in them. So I'm going to paint my birdhouse. I think my granddaughters would probably like pink and purple. So I'm gonna open my pink and I'm gonna open my purple. So let's say I want to paint the sides of my birdhouse pink. I'm gonna take the flat, bigger brush. I'm gonna dip it in my paint. When you dip your brush in your paint, don't dip your brush all the way in the paint because you're wasting the paint on part of the brush that you're not gonna be able to use. You wanna just keep it on the tip about half, okay? So you can just go ahead and paint it pink. If it's kind of light, like if it's not covering real good, you might have to let it completely dry and put on a second coat. Just depends on how thick your paint looks. So we're gonna paint the sides pink. Usually when you paint something like a whole side of something like this, you want to paint with the grain of the wood. So naturally wood has a grain. If you look at this, it's kind of light, but there's little lines in the paint or in the wood, and that's the direction you want to paint in. You don't want to paint sideways like this. If you paint with the grain of the wood, it'll make your paint go on a lot smoother and it'll look a lot nicer. So now I have one side of my birdhouse painted pink. If you want to paint a flower or something on that, we could. Let's paint a flower. You probably normally would want to let this dry, so I'll just get another side. So say we want to paint a flower, we're going to make a yellow and blue flower. So again, don't tip, I got some paint on me, that's normal. Dip your brush in about halfway. I'm going to make some petals for our flower. This is probably the most fun part of the project, is creating your own design, what you would like to put on your birdhouse. When you want to change colors, you just put it in the water, just kind of brush it back and forth a little bit. I always do this on the paper towel just to make sure we have all the color off. And then we can go to our other color. We can make a little flower. All right, I think that's probably the basics of painting. I think it's, for me, it would be easier to paint on the flat. And like I said, you can definitely go ahead and paint your birdhouse after you have it all put together if you want to. But like if you want like sides to be different colors, it's a lot harder when you have little cracks. So, you know, to keep the blue on here and the red on here or whatever. So this is why I think painting it on the flat would be better. All right, good luck. Be creative. This is the fun part. Thank you.
Step 1. Dissolve 1/4 teaspoon of borax powder into half a cup of warm water in one of the 3 bowls. Mix this thoroughly.
Step 2. In the second bowl, measure out about 1/2 cup of clear glue and mix with 1/2 cup of water until well mixed.
Step 3. Pour borax water mixture into glue water mixture and stir it up.
Step 4. You will see it come together right away. It will seem stringy and clumpy, but that's okay. Remove from bowl.
Step 5. Spend a few minutes kneading this mixture together. You may have leftover borax solution.
Step 6. Store in a clean container with a cover. I love the deli-style plastic food storage containers.